Last night's game was a measuring stick, as many were calling it. Where would you say this women's national team currently stands?
They're a long way off right now. I think Casey Stoney's had 6 months, obviously, to kind of basically assess everything, right? Assess the players. She's brought in a lot of new players, see them against some weaker opponents and in training sessions, and now see them in a game against the kind of team that you're going to need to compete against if you're going to make any noise at a World Cup. And clearly, right now, they're a long way off. So I think she's got to have a real think after this game and, start putting into practice kind of the way forward and the vision after this in terms of who are the players you're going to build around based on what you've seen over the past few months. What is the style of play going to be? Because I don't think it's particularly defined right now with Canada. And how do you get this team to a place over the next couple of years where they can truly compete at a World Cup? And that's the luxury they've got, is that they've got a lot of time to implement that.
I look at this team, and specifically yesterday, and maybe I'm being harsh because of some injuries, but the fact still remains, at the end of the match, you look at difference makers. Like, who on the pitch you're like, who would the other team want to swap jerseys with? Who is the other player on the team that they were like, hey, you're Canadian, but we'd love for you to be American on the day? There are a group of Americans that I would love to have on the Canadian team, and I can't really say the same, and I think that needs to be shown. So when I break that down, it comes to um, who's a threat, who's a goal scoring machine, who's someone that can create and make sure that chances are created for your squad. And then I think Canada's success has always been defensively. So what's the best lineup? Like, how are you going to make sure that you can keep the Americans at bay? And we look at the set pieces that we're giving away. I think that comes down to like lack of urgency, but also leadership.